monster game, and I've got the side and total. New Orleans, Kansas City, confirmed analysis and special props. That's 5 big plays. John Anthony had you covered. I love to sweep the board. Call now. Hear them for free on a recorded message. 1-800-244-5506. Information wins. John Anthony Sports, number 1 against the spread. Call 1-800-244-5506. You want information? I've got it. New Orleans, Kansas City, plus special prop action. I love to go 5-0 the season free. John Anthony Sports, number 1 against the spread. 1-800-244-5506. That's 1-800-244-5506. Or go to johnanthonysports.com.
Sponsored by JFSR Group.
This is Zach Gelb with Honesty Sportsman. It's sponsored by Wendy's Breakfast Burrito. The Kansas City Chiefs are 4-0, but they haven't looked dominant yet, with their margin of victory only being by 5 points. No one should be concerned about the Chiefs, though, because last year they were vulnerable and still found a way to win it all. The NFL's also featured a lot of sloppy play through 5 weeks, so it probably doesn't matter if the Chiefs dominate tonight against the Saints or not, because they'll somehow find a way to win, because it's just simply what they do. I'm Zach Gelb.
94 WIP HD1 Philadelphia. Powered by the Tasty Cake Studio. This is Sports Radio 94 WIP. An Odyssey Sports Station. This is the Brandon Graham Show with Spike and Howard Eskin. Brought to you by Miller Lite and Chickies and Pete's. Sports Radio 94 WIP.
Here we are, live from Chickies and Pete's in South Philly. Sponsored by Miller Lite. It's Miller time, Eagles fans. Celebrate responsibly. I'm Spike Eskin, along with Howard Eskin and Brandon Graham. Welcome back to our home away from home, Chickies and Pete's.
It's nice to be back.
Yeah?
Definitely can't wait. Watching them games yesterday got me inspired. I hope everybody inspired off, us coming back, getting ready.
Yeah. Oh, so I was going to ask, when you say watching the games yesterday, did you mean the NFL games or the Phillies game?
Oh, yeah, both of them.
Okay.
Both of them. I mean, I'm listening to both. One probably on the phone watching one while watching the other on TV.
I was going to ask you that because not every NFL player. NFL is different than players I've talked to, at least MLB players and NBA players, is that there's a lot of NFL players that seem like don't watch NFL football like on a Sunday when they're not playing. Did you watch a lot yesterday?
Yeah, I did. I'll be on the red zone. I like right in the red zone. You get to see everything. And for me, it was just good just watching people you're going to play and then people that you're going to play next. As far as I definitely watched that game, the Browns game, and just seeing just how they tackles go, what kind of calls they call and all that stuff. So yeah, it's always good to make sure you're watching every game.
Did you feel more confident? And a player I know can't look at a team and say they suck, but do you feel more confident when you know you can probably do a lot of the things that you want to do that you didn't do the previous week against that team?
Well, I'm not taking no opponent lightly in this league, as you know. Just when you think you thought wrong. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So as long as we make sure we carry out our game plan and go with what we've been working on, I think we put ourselves in a good position, especially with the talent we got on our team. I mean, we got to make sure that we just come with it and everybody doing their job.
Okay, so you guys got together today, and was there much going over about your mistakes from the last game or what you can kind of get done this game?
Well, it's just today was the first day. Everybody just got out there. We went over what we're going to see out this week. Good start of the week, getting ready for the Browns, get that bad taste out of our mouth. And, today was just a good day as far as the attention to detail. Some of the game plans went in today, and Wednesday when we come back, that's when everything is a go.
Do the coaches bring up, the defensive coaches, which obviously you're on that side of the football, bring up the fact that Vic Fangio had 15 missed tackles last week? I don't know if there were more than that. You mentioned that in the news conference.
Yeah.
Does that mention that there's got to be better detail to bringing the player down to the ground?
Well, Vic said that today. He said, how we going to win these games? Because we watched a lot of the games today as far as like Steelers last night on why they lost the game. And you start to see little details. He was like, the details is what we got to make sure moving forward we paying attention to all the time. Tackling, because you seen missed tackles out there yesterday on people that like the Steelers had one on 3rd and 9 or whatever, and the corner wasn't outside, and the tight end caught it, and he ended up missing them because he wasn't in position. He had somebody inside, but he didn't stay outside, and so he ended up going outside, getting the first down, and that kept that drive alive with Dallas now. So we watched a lot of stuff, and he talked about the detail, the tackling, and making sure we not blowing assignments, because you're seeing some people like the Colts when they got that over route, they didn't the corner didn't back what the other safety didn't see the other guy when he was supposed to pick him up. And it's just little details, man, that you need to make sure that you own. And so that's what Vic talked about today.
All right. So I see when the team practices, when the times that we're allowed in there, it's not against players, but you practice tackling, wrap him up. What annoys me more than anything, and I saw it in your game, the last game, I'm not going to say who the player was.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. He goes with his shoulder. And are you kidding me? These guys are too strong now. You got to wrap them up. Is there any point of emphasis made to wrapping them up?
Well, yeah. I mean, people got to be in position to wrap them up. And then you're not always stronger than somebody just because you might lift how you lift. It's like people work, and you got to make sure it's a for sure tackle and then go at the ball. I mean, because if you want to strip it, you got to make sure you secure with one arm and then punch with the other, and it's a technique to it. But in those moments, people make their decisions. But it's definitely emphasized all the time. And then if you want to keep getting chewed out by the coach and don't get it fixed, it's like then that's on you. But I don't think we got that. I think it's just like I say, everything moving forward. Right now, we on them Browns. We're gonna see what we're gonna be this week.
We all go into this season and we look at the division and we go, okay, this team's going to be good. This one's not. All of a sudden, it looks like the NFC East. It's not like every team is flying high, but it looks like there's not going to be an easy game in the NFC East. The Cowboys are there. The Commanders actually seem much better than people expected, and the Giants are in every game, and it seems like the NFC East, which didn't look like it was going to be an awesome division leading into it, looks like it's going to be pretty tough.
Yeah, it's always tough. I feel like it's always close too. I mean, we haven't played the Commanders yet, but we watching. We definitely see what they're doing. I mean, and we got to make sure that we just got to just continue to keep being us. But we definitely see what's out there. We see what we got to do. We got to take care of business every week. I mean, we got to get the win, and whoever in the end better, you will definitely see during the year. But we got to keep getting better every week. We can't worry about what we can't worry about. We can't worry about the noise outside. We got to worry about taking care of business with ourselves. We got to look ourselves in the mirror. Are we doing our best? Are we sacrificing? All those little things that you got to do. But it's being talked about, so it's on people's mind. And I just know that NFC East definitely is wide open right now. I mean, 4-1 Washington, we 2-2. We ain't played our game again yet, but I know that for us, it's on us.
It seems like in the rest of the league, the offense has started off pretty slowly, but over the last week or two, we're seeing, the Baltimore-Cincinnati game was 41-38. It seems like there's more high-scoring games. Why do you think that's happening? Like it seems like the offenses are ramping up a bit.
Yeah, I like the AFC side. They got some strong teams right now. They playing on that side. And watching the games, that was a high-scoring game between the Bengals and the Ravens. That was a good game. I mean, we talked about that one on mistakes. And then the Bills, Texans. Yep. How the Bills threw it, didn't take no time off. And then the punt wasn't as good either. And all it took for them is to get, just get close on them. Man, it was tough. That was a tough game right there. Because they played. That was a good game. A good game. But those details I told you.
Thursday night, I think, was another 31-28 game or something like that. So it just seems like offenses are starting to wake up a little bit.
Yeah. And right now, we're going to see if we waking up. This is our 5th game coming out. And we got to go out and put some good stuff on film. And it starts today. It starts in practice. We had a great start today. We had handled some things. And, I mean, that's it. That's all you can ask for is people addressing the elephants that's in the room that is in the room. And at the end of the day, we being grown men about it. And so I love that part. We can only grow from there. And so I'm gonna see where it goes.
All right. Well, you need some players back.
Yep.
Did AJ practice today?
I mean, I'm gonna let him tell you that.
Almost. You almost got it.
Well, wait a minute. I mean, it's pretty simple. I mean, he practiced partially before the last game. So
I'm gonna just say I'm excited for to get everybody back this week. I'm sure.
Okay, and the same thing with Devontae Smith.
Yeah.
He doesn't have any more headaches, right?
Yeah, hopefully not.
You're here for a reason.
You'll be here Wednesday, so you'll be able to report. You ain't gonna get nothing early.
You're here for a reason.
Tell
Dan.
him to go get the story himself.
Tell him to go up in there and get it.
Yeah, go get the story.
I ain't
That's
gonna
what
get it
you're
for free.
here for.
Yeah.
That's what you're here for.
I hear you.
It's not. A lot of times the coaches don't give it up if he's questionable,
Yeah.
but they don't give it up until the end of the week. But we'll know on Wednesday, I'm
Right.
sure.
Right. You'll see.
Okay,
you'll
so
see
it's
what's
not a
going
big
on.
deal for you to
It
give
ain't
it
no
up.
big. It ain't no big deal, but you can wait 2 days. Enjoy your day off tomorrow.
You are beautiful. That's what you're here for.
Yeah, I know. Here to talk to you and hear you get on me, and then me get on you, and mostly,
That's all right.
hopefully, I'm getting on you.
Yeah. Well, after last game, I think I took it a little too easy on you.
Oh, look at this guy's telling everybody how to tackle. You got to get him out there in the drills,
Well, that's all
Yeah,
right.
see if you can square somebody up.
Well, they're tackling, dummies.
Yeah, well, so that's you.
Yeah, so I can tackle
Yeah.
dummies too.
Hey, but yeah, man, I'm excited. I am excited. I think this off week, and then the way people came back today, we're gonna see. Just got to build it every day.
So Lane will be back then too.
Wednesday.
Okay.
Yep.
just kind of checking
man.
it all out.
Hey, I know.
Hey, I'm worried about those guys. That's why I'm
hey,
asking.
Trust me, I'm with you. I know. And Wednesday, you're gonna find out about your guys.
You're a beauty.
Phillies had a huge win yesterday,
Man.
and there was the home run from Bryce Harper was big, who in Philly has been one of the best playoff players in Philly's history. Who have been some of the best in your time with the Eagles, some of the guys who you think have turned it up a notch in the playoffs, who have been, yourself excluded, other players who you've played with who you thought were the best playoff players you've played with?
Well, you know what? Nick Foles for sure.
Yes, sir.
Nick Foles, that's number one. Hey, that boy, woo, man, he turned it up a notch in a big way. Especially how it started. The first game, he come out the Raiders, then Dallas, the end of the year, and then
after the Raiders game, I remember on WIP, we were all fighting about, what was it? Sudfeld was the third string.
Yeah,
I think people were fighting about Sudfeld maybe playing because Nick looked so bad in that Raiders game.
Yeah. And you know what? It was them figuring out the game plan that they wanted to call with him. You know what I'm saying? Because you had to adjust. You had to adjust off Carson because Carson wanted it a certain way, and then Nick liked a certain way, and it was up to the coaches. That's how you know you got good coaches during that time too. It's like they adjusted and played high, and you can't have ego with that. You got to make sure, hey, how can we get this ball him to distribute to where we need him to go, and within him on what he like to do. And so, I mean, that's a credit to Doug P and all them, and that team at that time, man. So I say Nick Foles.
Anyone else? Anyone else come on your mind?
I mean, AJ, not Alshon. Sorry,
Yeah.
I'm just going 2017.
Yeah. Well, all of you that year.
That was the year right there. And then even AJ, them boys, they took it up a notch too. The year 2023, even though we didn't win, it's just like Jalen, all that. So I know that we got it in us. It's just let's just get back to that.
What do you think it is about players who perform well when the most is on the line? What is it about their personality, do you think, that allows them to do that?
Well, I look at it like people backs up against the wall and they got motivation on to, get press back. And so I think it's all detail, focus. You can't think you arrived, all that stuff means something. Like you trying to get to somewhere, you got to keep that same edge all the time. I mean, that's me all the time. I'm always in my mind of like what it was when it wasn't, and hey, how quick it can go back to that if I feel comfortable. And so I try to keep that chip on my shoulder, try to keep that grind, that fun. I try to have fun with it, but I have fun proving people wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And so that's how I kind of go about it.
Nick seemed like a guy whose demeanor just never changed.
Mhm.
You know, who he would celebrate, but never looked affected by the moment physically. Just looked like he sort of kept it right here all the time mentally, you know?
Yeah. And that's a big thing, man, because I mean, you can get tired out there. You know how I go, being high and low, and it's like you gotta take the good with the bad and really try to learn from all the bad. And I mean, for me, I have my fun out there, but I can take it too if something go bad. I'm gonna still try to bring energy, not try to. When it strikes zero, that's when I know we lost. It's over. But I'll never try to like down people. I try to talk people up. You know, you just gotta have that confidence and you gotta build people up, man. So I try to be the best I can during chaos, during stuff that when it's not going so good. Who are you in that moment? So I try to go against the easy wrong thing to do than the hard right. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I look for when I'm down there, and you don't because you're on the other side of the football. I try to see how the quarterback responds after a good series and after a bad series. And the one thing that I'll never forget about Nick Foles in that Super Bowl, he was the same.
Yeah.
In both situations, he was the same. He didn't get too overly out of control or excited when they had a good series, and didn't get too down on himself. He just did what he had to do, looked at the tablet, talked to the coaches. That's what I noticed. But I'm going to bring up another player that stepped it up in a big game, and that was T.O. But he did it for himself, I think, more than anything else. Okay. He was selfish because of himself, because he just came off a broken leg.
Yeah.
I think he had 9 catches in that Super Bowl.
Yeah, it was incredible. Remember, that was when we learned about hyperbaric chambers, because T.O. had a hyperbaric chamber in his house, so he could recover quicker. We're on YouTube as well as WIP. So if you're watching on YouTube, you have any questions for Brandon, if they are clean, we can ask them. And before we take this break here, you guys have tried the AJ Brown wings, the sweet heat wings here at Chickie's and Pete's. What do you think?
Well,
Good?
I tried them, Brandon.
I haven't. I'm about to after this.
Okay, all right. Well,
you better say they're good.
Yeah,
because
you
he's
have
a
to.
teammate,
Pete,
and he's going to be practicing on Wednesday and playing the game this week, as you just said.
No, he didn't say that. He did not say that.
I'm gonna be real.
So, a portion of the proceeds go to the AJ Brown Foundation. AJ said that it's his favorite wing flavor, sweet heat, that he had back in Mississippi.
It's a little bit of a different mix.
Yeah, you like it? I saw you eating them.
Yeah,
you like to act like you're all healthy. I saw you digging in on the wings.
I like hot wings.
Yeah,
it's got a little bit of a
little kick,
more of a kick to it.
Yeah,
but I'm not big on sweet and mixed with food, but it
thanks,
is a nice. No, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Let me finish. Just shut up.
Wow.
Why are you giving Pete a microphone?
I didn't give Pete anything.
Okay.
He's a respected partner of this radio station.
Thank you very much.
Pete is now the other co-host of this show.
You didn't let me finish.
I don't have a cardboard cutout.
I said I normally don't like the mixture of sweet, but this is a good mix. I was about to say it's a good mix if you would have let me finish.
Wow.
You don't you get enough airtime during the week?
I try not to call in too much, but
you've not succeeded.
I don't know if I've told everyone that this is the collaboration with AJ Brown.
Yes,
and that
that's what he said.
Yeah, I said it.
And
I'm a pro.
Something that and some of the portion of the profits for all the wings.
Said that too.
I said that too.
And you know what?
You don't trust me.
And I do trust you. I don't trust your father.
Oh, that's fair.
But I didn't have to say anything because he said it.
You know what, Howard? Everything I bring out for you, you eat. And this is the first thing. You ate this too.
I know. I wanted to try. Hey, listen.
It's a sweet,
for you, Pete, I will try anything.
Isn't that very nice to say, ladies and gentlemen?
Yes.
From Howard Eskin, he'll try anything.
Big hand for Howard. We'll try anything. Mikey likes it over here.
How about the center of the Walt Whitman Bridge? Have you ever looked at the paint job on the bottom of it?
After after eating here sometimes, I like to walk over the bridge, but I don't know that I want to finish the walk.
Nice. Well, jump in the middle. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
Well, I should never say that in today's world. There's too many people that think those things. So I'm only kidding.
You can fly, Howard. Don't worry.
I can walk on water too.
Yeah. Wow. I don't know about that.
I don't know if Kings do that, but
Well, the wings are available now at Chickies and Pete's. As Pete said, a portion of the proceeds go to the A.J. Brown Foundation. I will. Everyone see Ike seemed to love them. I saw Ike Fritz tried them as well. So yeah, go ahead.
I promise that I will try to make the same wing, but with a cauliflower wing for you.
Make
How's
me
that?
the
All right?
cauliflower wing. Yes, thank you.
I'll
I
try to get
appreciate
it in for next week.
All right, I will try
would
them.
eat that too. Actually, that might be good.
Oh, great. I got another 2 customers.
Nah, those are only for me. All right.
Thank you.
We will be right back on the Brandon Graham Show, sponsored by Miller Lite. It's Miller time. Eagles fans, celebrate responsibly.
The nominees for 94 WIP's Turkey Bowl are in. Time to vote. Pick the high school football rivalry you want to hear broadcast live on Thanksgiving Day. Vote now at 94WIP.com. 94WIP's Turkey Bowl. Presented by Cheney University. Empowering minds, cultivating leaders, shaping futures. And sponsored by Steamfitters Local 420. 121 years of service, 5,000 members strong.
Hockey is back. I'm Joe Ostrowski here to help you beat the books with BetQL. It might be the middle of football season, but now that hockey is starting, the BetQL model has you covered. As the NHL season gets underway, BetQL has all their 5-star best bets and futures ready for the start of the season. I'm Joe Ostrowski. Bet smarter and beat the books. Download the BetQL and BetMGM apps today.
Whether you're ordering wings for the game, whipping up a 7-layer dip, or ordering pizza, there's something about football that makes you want to eat. And this football season, Uber Eats has the best deals on game day food. No matter what you're craving, from 2-for-1 pizza to buy one, get one wings, Uber Eats will be dropping new deals each week, all season long. Uber Eats, official on-demand delivery partner of the NFL. Order now. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details.
The following is a paid commercial message.
My sister Rachel Morin loved to run. She loved to laugh, but most important, loved her 5 children. August 5th, 2023, she met a monster, a criminal, illegal immigrant that raped and murdered her. He was already deported once before. Kamala Harris was supposed to get the border secure. Kamala and the Democrats' policies allowed the killer back in. That was a really tough day on Mother's Day, going with the 2 youngest to the gravesite so they could visit their mom. Any given day, your family could experience what happened to my sister. There's no reason why these kids should not have a mother. It just breaks my heart.
The last thing that we need is more of Kamala Harris.
The Biden-Harris administration's open border policies have led to an influx of crime and chaos, putting every American at risk. We cannot afford to let the dangerous agenda continue. Right for America paid for and is responsible for the content of this ad.
The Philadelphia Police Department is hiring. Join them and become the face your community counts on. They're accepting applications for police officers now through October 27th. When you join the PPD, you'll receive a starting salary of $61,000, along with a sign-on bonus of more than $12,000 and an excellent benefits package. Yes, including dental. Come be the face your community counts on. Apply at joinphillypd.com. That's joinphillypd.com. Equal opportunity employer.
WIP guests prepare for their segments in the Xfinity Mobile Lounge. Xfinity Mobile customers now get exclusive access to Wi-Fi speeds up to a gig in millions of locations nationwide. For all station contest rules, go to 94WIP.com/rules.
Cap off the NFL Week 5 slate with a chance for a big win on FanDuel in partnership with Valley Forge Casino, America's #1 sportsbook. New customers can bet $5 and get $300 in bonus bets if you win a bet on tonight's game between the Saints and the Chiefs. And be sure to put together a same-game parlay for the game to give yourself a chance to win big. Who do you think will win? Who will score the touchdowns? There's so many ways to bet on FanDuel. So just visit FanDuel.com/JohnR, JONR, to make every moment more this season. FanDuel Sportsbook is the official partner of 94 WIP. FanDuel, an official sportsbook partner of the NFL.
21 plus and present in Pennsylvania. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued is non-withdrawable bonus bets, which expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Let's face it, nowadays, most companies have to rely on dozens of expensive, disconnected platforms to run their business. And even then, things can get a little, well, stressful. But with Odoo's all-in-one management software, packed with a suite of fully integrated business applications, every process is streamlined. Tasks are automated, and success is just a few clicks away. See how Odoo can take your business to the next level at odoo.com. That's ODOO.com.
Mira, Jorge, let's bring the nail gun over here.
Jose stands tall atop his sustainable flooring company.
Totally. It's renewable and moisture resistant, but we have several green options too. Or we got some beautiful reclaimed oak.
But floored by his success, he needs to hire more installers.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Put our matching platform to work so you can spend less time searching and more time connecting with talented candidates. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Down to 50 overnight. Tomorrow, sunshine, high 70.
Weather brought to you by Robert Half. Robert Half's recruiting professionals use their award-winning AI to connect businesses with highly skilled talent. Learn more at roberthalf.com/talent today.
Your coworkers might annoy you, but we promise we won't. Download the free Odyssey app and you can listen to us at work while you tackle your inbox or get ready for another meeting that probably could have been an email. Tune in late? You can rewind your favorite live shows to catch what you missed. And with Chapters, easily jump to the topics that you care about most, like the latest updates from your team. Your sports talk, your way. The Odyssey app. Download it today.
Back to the Brandon Graham Show with Spike and Howard Eskin. Brought to you by Miller Lite and Chickies and Beats on Sports Radio 94 WIP.
It is the Brandon Graham Show live from Chickies and Peas of South Philly, brought to you by Miller Lite. It's Miller time, Eagles fans. Celebrate responsibly. Now, BG, I do have some questions from the YouTube channel, if you'd be willing to answer them. The clean ones.
Okay.
All right.
We got some dirty ones in there?
Nah.
Not as bad?
Yeah, not dirty, not like
crazy.
pornographic.
I know
dirty.
what you mean.
What's wrong with pornographic?
Not for the radio.
Like controversial.
Not for
controversial.
Here we go. This is from Donnie. He wants to ask what your off-season workouts are like to stay in shape.
You know what? Included on top of like just my normal lifting weights and then go running. I try to do boxing.
Oh, really?
Once a week. Sometimes I do tennis lessons just so I can get to run with a coach that just keep me going.
Really? Are you good at tennis?
Yeah. I mean, I'm better now. Because I'm going to learn, but I've been doing it like probably 5-6 years. And so now I feel like I can play.
Okay.
Yeah, but, just making sure that I'm just able to move and then I'm making sure that I'm taking care of my body so I can be able to do it every week.
And the boxing thing, are you boxing like, I know this sounds like
it's just like once a week.
Box other people?
Well, no.
Or is it just like a boxing workout?
Combination,
okay.
Boxing workouts.
Okay.
Just for the shape, making sure that, just using my hand-eye coordination, stuff like that. Because you use your hands all the time, and that's the game anyway. But yeah, it's good for the workout, staying in shape.
ZA215S, who is the best offensive lineman you ever played against?
I'm gonna go JP.
In
his prime, JP.
Can you believe he's on a practice squad again?
I know, my boy.
What is he doing?
Hey, you know
stealing
what?
money.
You love the game. Hey, that's cool.
Not practice squad. He's not.
Hey,
stealing money. That's what he's doing.
You can't do my boy JP like that. My boy JP, hey, he doing his thing. He deserves a little something.
Yeah, hey, listen, I understand, but he's in it for the money. He knows he's not going to play.
Well, it's just practice squad money.
Hey, well, if he on practice squad, then hey, at the end of the day, he in it for the money. Hey, keep getting it.
Yeah,
they're gonna give it to you.
Yeah, people keep on giving it. He might play until he's 45, or might be on a team until he's 45.
I think he might call it this year.
Really?
I think so.
I was shocked to see his name. When I saw the name, I was like, "Is there another Jason Peters?" I couldn't believe it. He's 42, I think.
My boy JP, just like you say, he enjoying himself. Still able to I still think he got a little bit, but you know how it is. It's just he gonna be a Hall of Famer anyway. You just hope, you just hope that he can go out the way he want to go out. That's probably what he chasing.
The last one from YouTube for now. Annabelle asks, who was your best vet influence when you were a young player on the Eagles?
Trent and Jay. I say it was just a combination of both of them because I seen Trent. I was in his room all the time. I seen how he went about his business. I seen how he practiced every day. I mean, it was the same. What you seen on the field, that was the same thing. Like just wild animal out there, just getting it.
Yeah.
And JP for sure on the other side because I seen how him and Trent battled every day. And some days he got Trent good, got his number, and then some days Trent got him. So it was good to see the competition. So I knew I got to look at that every day, and so I'd say that was more of my inspiration.
I remember when you were a young player, you were really intent on being smart with your money. I remember you saying that. Did that come from somebody, from players, or did that come from the union, or was that just something you sort of grew up with?
Well, I got to give it to my guy Danny. I met him at Michigan. We still, he set me up in a way where I learned, just about just how to be set up, how to let the money work for you, and how you diversify and not put everything all in one, and see who performing better in the markets, and how they just treating your money, what I'm saying, because they making money just as much as you making money. Like when you make money, they make money,
right?
And so who the one out here that'll do a good job for us, and I just had good people around me that I listened to, that I was able to trust, because they put the work in. We put the work in. It was a friendship before anything. Met them at Michigan, still with them to this day. And it was just about, for me, I just wanted to save, and try to limit my monthly money of my budget. Because you can't get everything, but it feel like you want to do it because you just swipe. If you just swipe, I had to come up with a system that worked for me. That's what people got to do. If having cash, it keep you humble. Sometimes seeing that cash go and then knowing how much you got left,
rather than the card.
The card, because you feel like because the card you can still swipe sometimes, depending on if you got the money in there or not. I mean, sometimes over the weekend you don't always get everything taken out and all this stuff, so you might be playing that type of game. What I'm saying? All that stuff. So you learn as you go. But I know I got a good system as far as how I function, how my family function, and we just want to create generational wealth, in our family. And, I want to leave something for my kids.
Getting back to the players that influenced you, and I don't know if you're old enough. I don't have my quick math thinking right now. Reggie White was the best player I ever saw as a Philadelphia Eagle. Did you ever see Reggie White play?
Well, I seen just highlights. That's it. Not like live. Yeah. I couldn't sit down enough. I wasn't standing still enough during them times of greatness.
You weren't born yet, I guess, when he finished playing, right? I'm trying to think.
You
might have been a kid.
Like I was gonna say, when he was done, I know I probably was a kid. I know I was a kid.
He's late 80s or early 90s.
Yeah, he played into the 90s.
Yeah, I was 88. I was 88.
Okay. So he was of all the players that ever played with the Eagles, he was the best player. When sacks weren't, gimmies a lot of times with these funky defenses, that guy was, and he did it with Green Bay. And, but with the Eagles, he was the best player that I ever saw play with the, and they had some really good players.
Yeah.
But, he was the best player I ever saw play for the Eagles, ever. But, it's just, you don't find many of those guys. I'm sure his influence with a lot of guys, I'm sure Seth Joyner could talk about it too. The influence he had on all the other players.
Yeah. Nah, for sure, man. I mean, like he had a big presence about himself, and I just hearing some of the like NFL film stuff, just seeing who he was and seeing it's like, man, boy, they don't come like that all the time.
Yeah. Well, they were the defensive ends then. Because I always think about him and Bruce Smith. Physically, they were monsters. You have defensive ends now who are built like linebackers. They're.
I mean, Myles Garrett is close to like the monster. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, he is.
Like that. You know what I'm saying? Just 290. Like just like wow, how?
Yeah, they were big dudes, man.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah,
like a Jordan Mailata though, for real.
Yes.
Like something like that. action figure type people.
Yeah,
that you can actually go buy at the toy store.
We were talking about the Phillies. Did you growing up? Were you I'm sure you played other sports. You played baseball when you were a kid, or
T-ball.
Okay.
That's as far as it went. I wish I'd have went a little further, but football took over.
Yeah, because you're a basketball guy too, right? You love basketball.
But I wish I'd have stood in that. I was in that longer, but I wish I'd have stayed in that even more, just to be able to like sharpen the skills a little more.
Did you strike out in T-ball?
I know. Hey, you definitely ain't doing that. But I know my last highlight was I caught a out to win a game that we played, and then that year was over, and I don't know if we won the championship, and I don't think we did, but we won that game, and that was the last time I was on that baseball diamond.
You're a Sixers fan, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. What do you think this year?
I'm excited. I'm excited for this year. I'm just hyped because I told people like when they was letting go, what's the name? Put Maxey in. Let Maxey be the one. Now that he know that he the one, he really the one now. And so everything revolves around him because he gonna get it first, and then it's how you passing it out, and the plays that you go. It's just the leadership. Leadership gonna come into play big on that, and how they work well together. Good to have PG out there, with them, and you needed an extra guy. Hopefully, they bench is really good too, because I know we let go of Reed. We got some people that we let go, but we got some people that's back too, and we're gonna see. We're gonna see how.
It's funny you mentioned Maxey because his personality reminds me of you. Like he's always smiling. He brings good energy, that sort of stuff, and that's always been, for you. Great player, but always from an energy perspective, you always seem like a positive energy force, and Maxey seems like the same way.
Yeah, I mean, it's no sense of crying about stuff, even though sometimes you're gonna do that. But I try to check myself on how long I stay there, and so it's like I really try to be in tune with my feelings even more. Sometimes I might want to stay there a little long, but it'd be like, you know what, it is what it is. Move on. What you gonna do about it? And so that's all. I'm always challenging myself that way, and yeah, man, it's so easy to just be so down on yourself and be down on other people when they disappoint you and all this little stuff. It's like, man, people gonna disappoint you. I'm gonna disappoint you, but if we can talk about it and come in the middle where it's like, man, I my bad, I'm sorry for that. Like, it's a respect thing. Like, people sometimes don't like certain things, but I would appreciate if people would talk. You know what I'm saying? Like, communicate. It's all communication. But yeah, man, I just think that you never know who you're gonna inspire during that. But I know for me, I just try to go against on what I feel sometimes, because I know being negative about it ain't gonna change nothing.
Take one last break on the Brandon Graham Show. Again, if you are watching on YouTube, we can take questions for Brandon there. I appreciate all you guys doing a good job of good questions. This is the Brandon Graham Show, live from Chickies and Pete's, brought to you by Miller Lite. It's Miller time, Eagles fans. Celebrate responsibly.
94 WIP's Unfinished Business. Listen as the Phillies take the next step to blaze their trail through the postseason.
We have the best fans in baseball.
And reclaim their place atop the league.
To win a division is even more difficult.
Every pitch, every hit, and every play paves the road to championship glory. Holy mackerel.
We got to come out and play our best ball.
Sponsored by your Delaware Valley Honda dealers. Get a deal you'll like on a Honda you'll love.
Whether you're ordering wings for the game, whipping up a 7-layer dip, or ordering pizza, there's something about football that makes you want to eat. And this football season, Uber Eats has the best deals on game day food. No matter what you're craving, from 2-for-1 pizza to buy one, get one wings, Uber Eats will be dropping new deals each week, all season long. Uber Eats, official on-demand delivery partner of the NFL. Order now. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details.
All right, gentlemen, this is Emmett Smith on behalf of Depend, and I've got the perfect play. Run straight to your doctor's office for a life-changing catch, because when prostate cancer is caught early, it's up to 99% treatable, and one blood test might be all it takes. And now through November, Depend is donating to the Prostate Cancer Foundation for select purchases. Talk about a great play.
From September 1st to November 30th, Depend is donating 40 cents to the Prostate Cancer Foundation for Depend Shield Guards Real Fit products purchased in the U.S. up to a maximum of $300,000 void in Mississippi.
See Joe Conklin with the City Rhythm Orchestra at Cherokee High School in Marlton, New Jersey, Saturday, October 26th. It's the story of Philadelphia sports put to music.
Oh, I thought it was awesome. It was funny and like great band. His imitation of the Bee Gees.
The stylistics and stuff, I just love that.
Oh, it was great. This is the third time we've seen him. He's awesome.
I can relate to Joe Conklin. Great variety. There was something for everyone.
That's Conklin with City Rhythm at Cherokee High School in Marlton, New Jersey, Saturday, October 26th. For tickets, go to joeconklin.com. JoeConklin.com!
What's up, everybody? Nick Costos here with the Sports Betting Minute, brought to you by BetMGM, the sportsbook born in Vegas. Please gamble responsibly. Week 5 of pro football wraps up tonight. Monday Night Football in Kansas City. KC, a 5.5-point favorite against New Orleans. Total in the game is 43. And I do think KC should be able to win this game, but KC dealing with a ton of injuries on offense. Their 2 top wide receivers and starting running back all out. So again, I think Kansas City can win this game, but can Kansas City win this game by margin? I'm not so sure, especially in a game with a low total. So tonight on Monday Night Football, let's take New Orleans plus the 5.5 on the road at KC. That's it for this Sports Betting Minute, brought to you by BetMGM, the sportsbook born in Vegas. Download the BetMGM app today. Please gamble responsibly.
BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus only. Pennsylvania only. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, help is available. Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
It's that time of year again to consider replacing your old drafty windows and doors before another long, cold winter season rolls in. And my good friends at Guida Door and Window will help make your window and door replacement project more affordable with their buy one, get one half off sale. For every door and window you buy, you'll get the second one at 50% off. And you can mix and match these savings to suit your own needs. Buy an entry door, get half off a storm door. Buy a patio door, get 50% off a window. Need to replace all the windows and doors in your house? Then you'll save 50% on half your project. The more you need, the more you save. Plus, Guida is making it easier to afford your project with no money down and interest-free financing for up to 18 months. Act now. This offer is for a limited time only. Restrictions apply. For full details, call Guida today to schedule a free, no-obligation in-home estimate at 877-GO-GUIDA or visit them at GoGuida.com. That's go, GUIDA.com.
Whether you own a local business or a global one, you're always looking for ways to position your operation to create opportunities and move on them faster. With Bank of America, you get access to experts, award-winning insights, and business solutions so powerful, you'll make every move matter, locally and globally. Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. What would you like the power to do? Copyright 2024 Bank of America NA.
Ready to take your business to the next level? In today's fast-paced marketing world, staying ahead isn't just an option, it's essential. That's where scale marketing comes in. We don't just help you compete, we make sure you win. Whether you're looking to grow, expand, or overcome stagnation, Scale Marketing is your performance marketing partner. We specialize in helping mid-sized B2C companies with teams of over 100 thrive. Scale Marketing is a full-service agency offering expertise in performance marketing across traditional and digital platforms, creative production, and data analytics. We treat your money like it's our own, ensuring every dollar is spent with purpose and every decision is driven by data. Our knowledgeable team stays ahead of the trends, crafting strategies that align with your business goals. Partnering with Scale Marketing means gaining a dedicated strategist and a team committed to your success. If you're ready to lead the market, visit scalemarketing.com today. That's scalemarketing.com.
This is the Brandon Graham Show with Spike and Howard Eskin. Brought to you by Miller Lite and Chickies and Pete's. Sports Radio 94 WIP.
It's the Brandon Graham Show, Chickies and Pete's in South Philly.
Hey, you know what I didn't bring up?
Yeah.
Because Brandon.
Well, no, brought to you by Miller Lite.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, it's all good. Okay. Miller Lite. It's Miller time, Eagles fan.
I wanted to get on Ike. Michigan State sucks.
He knows.
It's bad, huh?
Yeah, and then you guys got beat by Washington.
Hey man, we gotta rebuild a little bit. Hey, I'm loving Michigan. Got them one last year.
When do you play Michigan State?
I'm sure it's soon. I'm sure it's soon. It usually be like in the middle.
Get you healthy.
That'll get us feeling a little more confident.
Yeah.
I don't have much. I went to Syracuse and USC, but I don't have much. I don't follow those teams. I get jealous of the way that you and Ike talk about your college teams. And then when I see Ike talk about Michigan State football and basketball, I actually feel kind of bad because it's not the program. Either one of them is not in the position it was, 10 years ago.
No, 100%. But it's still that love until they is.
Yeah. Yep.
Syracuse actually has a good football team this year.
Do they? Are they good again?
Yes, they do.
I didn't know. They were good when I was there. So when I was there, Donovan was there. Marvin Harrison, Rob Conrad. It was when Paul Pasqualoni was the head coach, and they're a good team. They're like a 9-win team, 10-win team. They were good.
Yep.
Actually, somebody in the chat Brandon asked what Michigan should do about their quarterback situation. Is there an issue there?
Right now it is.
Oh, really?
I mean, they're still trying to figure out getting people rhythm. You know what I'm saying? And the run game is pretty good. We just the line just gotta be together. They're a young line, young group. But Sharon is the guy. I love just the play calling. Sometimes you just don't have it all. But I'm happy that they in every game. They fighting. That last game could have easily been us, especially because we caught an interception at key part of the game, but we just couldn't get the ball moving.
Do you go back? Do you talk to the players there in Michigan?
Oh yeah. I try to keep it the same. We're trying to keep that connection and learning new guys coming in, especially while I'm playing. Because when you're done, people are like, "Oh, you okay? Yeah, I remember. Okay,
who you used to?
Yeah, all that." So I try to take advantage of it while I'm playing right now, and it feel good. Just being able to stay connected with the guys. See what's going on, be able to be on the sideline on a bye week and go to the game and stuff like that. I was going to go to Washington, but I was like, do I want to give up my weekend?
Yeah, fly.
So I just stay home.
And this, I'm 48, so I'm older than you, but you're getting to the point now where you're almost the age where somebody who was born in your rookie year could almost play for Michigan now. They're like 3 years away.
It's crazy. That's crazy.
Isn't that crazy to think that you've been in the league long enough for somebody who was born when you were a rookie to, I'm sure they're scouting 15-year-olds at this point. Yeah.
Man. And that's how fast time flies too.
It does.
It flies fast. And so,
yeah.
Brandon, are you angry, disappointed that they've screwed up college football with the conferences? Now, Michigan's in the conference with Washington now, right? That's why they played him? Are they? I don't even know anymore.
Well, because the Pac-12 isn't really even a thing anymore,
no,
right?
Yeah, it is, but it isn't.
Yeah.
Well, we got USC, UCLA.
Yeah, but Stanford played at Syracuse, and that was a conference game for the ACC.
Yeah,
that's a joke.
There's some good. I like the you always wanted to get to play different teams.
Well, you can, but to travel and everything else, and nobody knows what the conferences are anymore.
I get you. I get it because you adding 2 every time or adding over here.
There'll be 5 conferences in 5 years, and they're the mid majors got no shot. They have no shot.
It's all the money play.
Yeah.
Really? You really think money is behind all this?
Yeah, trying to get behind because they make money off them conferences. They all split it all together.
What do you think of how they? So I thought it was when they introduced the NIL thing. I thought, okay, these guys can go make money off their name. Can go do a T-shirt deal, do commercials, all that. But it's evolved in a way that I did not expect it to just be a fund that would pay players. And on one hand, I'm glad that the players who provide all this value are getting something. On the other hand, it seems like it's like almost a little too close to professional sports in a way, when I'm watching it. How do you feel like that whole thing has played out?
Well, you just try to see who losing in the situation. Sometimes like 'cause the portal now is like free agency. It's like you would rather get somebody that played other than take somebody that's coming out of high school that ain't proved themselves yet.
Yeah.
You just see a lot of guys get messed over in that way.
Yeah.
Because they'd rather go to the portal than the kids. That's coming out because sometimes it's hit or miss, and then you got money involved now. So it's like, do I want to invest in somebody I know or somebody I don't?
It almost seems like if a school that has more money at its disposal can let the the younger players go somewhere else, figure out who's good, and then just get them in the portal.
Just get them in the portal.
Yeah.
When they're ready to pay them.
Yeah.
Maybe they already got it, but they don't have the backup, so they're willing to take the L as far as having somebody and hoping for that they don't get hurt during the year. But
it's terrible because they're free agents every year.
Yeah,
so
every year.
Yeah, but
so they can
not
renegotiate every year.
Yeah, but that sucks. It sucks for the fans. It sucks for the college. You develop a guy, then he gets better, and somebody else can pay him more than your school can pay.
Hey, but this is where we at. So how do you still got to keep those morals of like, I got to stay getting better.
You know what I would do to these college guys that wouldn't make a difference? You're supposed to pay taxes for things you get that are free over $750. Make them pay for their tuitions. When the tuitions, okay, so pay taxes on $80,000, $90,000.
What difference is that going to make when these guys are making
but
$1 million?
But kind of kick them in the ass a little bit.
I don't think it's a player issue; it's a school issue. I think to the end of the day, you're 19 years old. You're not going to go where it's going to pay you the most money.
Tennessee is putting a $10 surcharge on tickets to pay the players, an extra $10.
Well, that's on the schools. You don't think those schools have plenty of money?
Yeah, but they're adding $10 to the ticket already to give to the players.
But that's a school issue, not a player issue.
No, but it's just, I get it.
Yeah.
But the whole thing is a mess. I feel bad. Like Marshall. Remember when was it Randy Moss was on Marshall? They were a good team. And they had a chance. Cincinnati had a chance. I think they played in the Final Four within the last 5 years. They got no shot anymore to play in the Final Four. I mean, it's just you want to see everybody be a part of it, and they can't. I like the purity of the game.
I feel you on that. I understand exactly what you're saying.
Yeah.
I feel you on that. But this is where we at now. Everybody been begging for people to get paid, and you ain't gonna like everything.
They're getting paid too much.
Hey,
well, at a certain point, I agree that it makes the product less enjoyable. The thing, though, is that the schools were making millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars off the players who weren't getting it. I think there's probably a better system out there, but I don't cry for the schools, especially the big ones who are making all that money.
They're still making.
Yeah.
You know who the real a culprit in this whole thing is? Notre Dame is not in a conference, right? Because they play ACC teams, but they don't have to play in a playoff. And the reason they don't play in a conference because they don't have to share the money when they go to a bowl game and go through playoffs. They don't share any of their money. So if I'm college football, say, you know what? You're not playing in a conference championship playoff. You don't deserve to be in the playoffs because other teams that get there have to play there. And if you want to be that cheap and that greedy, it's
He's always hated Notre Dame.
Yeah, the haven of hypocrisy, South Bend, Indiana.
So we have 1 minute left, or less than 1 minute left before we have to go. I want you to, in 10 seconds, Brandon, tell everybody why they should be confident about the Eagles against the Browns this weekend.
Because we always do better when we got our backs up against the wall, and we're going to come out fighting, and we at home. So I know the crowd going to definitely bring it. And, man, we together, and so that's why they should come on out because we're gonna put some better product out there than we did last game.
You know what? I'm gonna make this real quick. The last game,
5 seconds.
They booed you after the first series.
They did. They
They hold
really
them
did.
accountable.
Hey, it's all good.
The Brandon Graham Show is back next week. Brought to you by Miller Lite. It's Miller time. Celebrate responsibly.
Cap off the NFL Week 5 slate with a chance